Well, good morning, all. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have a Losers Bracket Round 3 matchup in the Ocarina of Time Randomizer S5 tournament between Engel and Juwk. Joined on commentary today by Star and Lee. How are you two doing?
Hi, everyone!
I'm doing pretty well for now, and I'm looking forward to how this match will go.
Yep. We've got ourselves here Engel versus Juwk, 50th seed versus 34th seed.
We'll hand this one over to the two of you, and we'll get started here shortly.
Alright, thanks, Govs. So yeah, we have ourselves Engel and Juwk. Engel loses round 3 here. Engel the 50th seed and Juwk the 34th seed. This is Engel's first time in one of the main tournaments or Challenge Cup. Juwk took a break and was here in seasons 1, 2, and 3. Took a break in season 4, and we're happy to have him back.
Yep, and although Juwk does slightly outmatch Engel, Engel has beaten Elagatua as well as Kurox. But Juwk has also taken out the Aeronaut and Spike Vegeta, both losing to their first opponents. So they've been very deep within the losers brackets.
Yep, this is their first direct 1v1. They've raced in 9 races together, in which Juwk would beat Engel 5 out of those 9 times, so pretty close on that. Average time, 7-minute difference, though 8-minute difference, that doesn't often tend to say a whole lot anyhow. Really close best times. Yeah, should be interesting.
And well, their next opponent, whoever wins between the two, will be up against Mr. Mario.
I thought it was someone else.
Oh, right. I'm gonna check the...
You can't read the bracket. I remember looking this up and then promptly forgot about it. These guys are getting narcotic, and whoever wins this gets narcotic next round.
Right, it's narcotic, but narcotic's also really good too, so...
Yep, narcotic is new to the 30 scene and making a splash.
Yep. So they've got quite a rough road ahead of them.
I mean, there's no easy roads, really. The top 64 highly competitive this year. Got plenty of long-term runners like Juwk and several newcomers like Engel who are making quite a splash.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes. So, let's see. Let's do some shoutouts here. Give our runners a follow, Engel and Juwk. Thanks also to my co-com Lee, to our trackers, Waylon and Dr. Jigs. Thanks to our restreamer Cubs. And also, merci beaucoup, Casey Necro et Monsieur Keja pour la région française.
And also Star for rolling this seed.
Yep. This is in fact a Star special because I am also the race monitor. Looks like we have ourselves a Shadow Medallion. Start with Epona. Not too bad as adult.
Yep. That means early access to GTG.
Yeah, early access to GTG, that's 1 of 5 medallions, so we will likely get path hints for 1 of 6 medallions, so we'll likely get path hints for all of our medallion dungeons.
Unless there's some overlap.
Yeah, that can happen. We'll find out. And we should be starting shortly. Anything you really want to see out of the seed?
Maybe not another all dungeons 50 skull seed.
We do see a lot of those as we spawn in the market, exiting the potion shop.
That's actually pretty convenient. 50 is dead.
50 is dead.
Zora's scale on the Nocturne is vanilla, Valley is foolish, and Skull Mask has a scale. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Skull Mask is a scale, Nocturne vanilla, and then some interesting early hints. Nocturne being vanilla, alright.
Oh, was it Skull Kid or was it Skull Mask?
That's a good question. I thought it was Skull Kid myself, actually.
Oh.
Skull Kid, okay, thank you. So that's an interesting spot to put a scale. We'll see if where Sari's song ends up.
Yep.
Valley Foolish is a good early hint. It's such an out of the way place to get to.
As well as Nocturne being vanilla.
Mhm. And now we've got ourselves Cack.
Just
And
a heart.
Herpes.
Get to see what's in the open grotto.
Mhm.
And
40
40
skulls
is also
dead.
dead. Whew.
Okay, we're not doing skulls probably today unless it's 30, so that's nice. Doesn't
Another
say much
heart
about any.
piece. I mean, a 30 skull seed isn't that bad, to be honest. But 50 is thankfully dead.
We've gotten so many skull seeds and AD seeds and both, honestly, in Season 5 and Challenge Cup. It's kind of absurd as we get Steel and the Windmill.
That's another free song.
Yep.
Well, maybe two if we get a free bottle.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, not for the moment, at least, as we get the claim check off handle and juwk.
I'm just on standby to know that it's probably going to be dead on Big Gorons. Oh, a bottle!
Oh, hey, speaking of...
Rush Ice!
Is that a Big Po or just a regular bottle? Because I missed
It's
it.
Big Po. Because it was green. But it's free money.
That's what I thought. I turned Juke's audio up. He does have really quiet audio. Or apparently pre-roll music wasn't audible either. Odd. Well, Cubs can sort it out because we're commentating. Great is got to choose.
That's gonna be a while before they get those.
We started with Hapona. Zeal was in the window.
Now, at least they get to do one more check in the market before going back child.
Yeah, there is that. It's also just nice to get out of the way, though. Considering you start with opponent and already found a bottle, it's just kind of a to get a big poke. Considering it's likely accessible anyhow, but it is nice to get a bottle.
Juke's time in on Dompe race is actually really good. 46 seconds.
Very nice time. Looks like we've also switched over to Engel's audio because Jukes is just too quiet. Nice paperweight.
Yep. Now we get to know where all those hidden grottos are. Not that that's important.
Not in the slightest. These guys know all the grottos. They don't need a stone of agony to tell them that.
Indeed. And that recovery heart is just going to be going to waste anyways.
Yep.
The keys almost got away.
Oh dear, just no. Let's not have Lee and I sing all the background music. That would, I don't think you'll want to hear us sing all the background. As we get Menu out of the composer grave. That's
very
song.
Convenient. It looks like Juke's gonna be checking that right off the bat. A really good play.
Why not? They have quick and easy child access with the save warp and cat market. Speaking of, actually, though, because there's Purlage.
What a
I guess there's that too.
What a useful spawn now.
The
Wait.
Rudy's got a hook shot. Wait a second.
Oh my
god! Okay, where's Saria-san? Where is that Saria-san? Because apparently we need it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Alright, water, spirits, that's a fun jobby. We need that hooked enough to Rudy for sure. Forest and shadow, okay. We're in for fun.
Oh yeah. It could be one of the child songs, hopefully.
Hopefully, until it's on AD and then we're sad.
Getting a big pose check, something that juwk didn't do.
Surprised he didn't do that actually, because it's you do want to clear up that bottle early. And also just a quick check. Might have forgotten with Prelude, honestly.
Might get more of a thorough adult check than on Engel's side.
Might. Predictions going for who's gonna win.
But it's clear that we definitely need that Zarya's song pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Not necessarily. Sometimes the seed just decides to be horrendous. Yesterday's NA Weekly was an example of a disaster. Darunia is still a hookshot thanks to the other copy of the hit game. Really needed it.
Yep.
They've gotten no path hints, but 2 foolishes because there's a second fountain.
That's actually a pretty good foolish hint.
It is. Child shooting, giving us a stick.
Give that stick to Richard.
And Bigoron is dead, so we don't need that claim check. Thanks.
I knew it!
Classic. Fountain is 3 checks, but they can be really out of the way, Harumph. Particularly Icy Waters is, not fun.
We'll get to see what's on this big chest here.
Strength! Alright. Need that.
Well, that's access to DC.
Yep.
Stone DC.
Stone DC. Iceberg Harumph is a freestanding heart piece on one of the ice floating pieces of ice in the original game. It's randomized in random. The fountains is an out-of-the-way check. It can take a while to get there. It's just nice to know that you don't need to do those things, or worry about icy waters if iron boots just don't show up for ages. Because iron boots can take forever to show up.
Yes, now you have to rush ice. With that.
Actually, not like the worst idea. Engel, there's some checks here. You've got a bottle. You know Fountain is dead cylinder about that, and it's got a song for you. You know you want songs today.
Yep.
Prelude and the Minuet are not 2 songs you really want to see early when you're missing stuff. Is that a fairy sword?
Oh my
That's
god, it is!
Okay, Stone Deku, anybody?
Stone Deku. And Engel didn't quite get it.
Yeah, this jump is kind of finicky. It's in logic with well, it's not in logic yet. We don't have explosives or a scale or hover boots.
Yep.
Oh, we know where a scale is. We just don't know how. We just don't have access to it right this moment.
Yeah, who knows? Zarya's song might be locked behind ice.
Might be, as Engel takes another fall. Sorry, song could be just about anywhere right now, as we get Song of Time off Malin. Engel failing to jump from the bottom twice is going to go up top here. It can be sometimes easier to go from up top than from below. This is a very finicky jump.
I usually just do it from that other side. And open grotto and ZR is dead. SFM path to Bongo Bongo.
Okay, that's a hint.
Certainly
it's not Prelude.
And those are iron boots.
I was gonna say, are those irons or hover boots in that silo?
I think it's irons, but it's hard to tell at this angle. With the hay bales.
And 40 is still dead.
Yeah, it's iron boots.
Alright. Speaking of Fountain and Icy Waters.
Oh my goodness, Engel's just getting bullied by Octoroks, but he's finally got the Kokiri sword.
Yep. Alright, save quit from Juke. Let's see where the child spawn is.
Yep. So we might not need the scale after all. Wait!
Oh hey, Goron City Hammer chest is the boomerang!
Oh my god! That's actually required.
These are some fantastic hints.
That's just so bad.
And yes, the Kokiri sword is in logic with that spawn.
Yep.
I love that song, by the way. In case people are curious, it's an unused entrance in the vanilla game. It's supposed to be connecting domain to fountain to river, I believe, is what it is. Might be. Is that or an unused owl drop? I've heard both. And it does show up sometimes in entrance random spawns and random owls, or even random warp songs. Actually, will do it too.
Yeah.
Like that. Jabu's Pathomorpha.
Oh my goodness,
Okay.
that means there might be a hook shot in there.
There probably is a long shot in there, yeah. We're still leading to long shot.
Because we're still missing the pack to actually get into Jabu.
Yep.
We're going to be getting a KZ skip from Engel.
Yeah. Chillless KZ skip. Doable, but kind of finicky.
I don't think he's got the positioning quite yet.
This isn't quite it, no.
It looks like he's starting again. It looks like he's got better positioning now.
That looks better, yeah. No buff for this.
And he's got it.
Yeah, 13-minute ice cavern. Quite early.
We finally get a Rush Ice moment on stream. Well, everyone in chat's been looking for it for a while. Wait, Goron Pot
is dead.
It's Greg.
And so that's all of our sometimes hints already. Pretty good sometimes hints too.
All of which are like, yes, all of which are like Goron City ones too.
3 of the 5 are, yeah, Deridia, the Goron City Maze left chest, and the pot. And then Burn the Cack Nocturne's good to know. Still Kid being a scale is good to know. As you see, a Bloopy.
I think the seed wants us to go to Goron City.
It does, but we could use some explosives first. Nice bottle.
It's the wrong bottle. And Engel's just getting bullied by freezers.
Yep.
He's gonna have to wait for the second cycle.
Yes, he will, and dodge the spike trap.
But he has to be really careful going forward.
He does. We might just death warp here, I think. Take a death and come back, which makes sense. Also, I'm sorry. I'm putting in this spawn's command. We be dropping! You're not wrong. And purchase for juke.
Well, you never know when you might need some beans. Juke should be able to access Deku Tree at this age now, but I love the divergence between rushing ice and just rushing child. that map chest is dead.
Yep.
If there's nothing in Ice Cavern, that's gonna be quite a shame.
It would. I mean, there's a decent chance there's a song that's of some use here. But...
Like Saria's song. Small chest.
SFM is still Path to Bongo. Yep, we saw. Okay, we saw that earlier. And Mr. Vice is also useless for Engel, so on he goes.
Song of Storms. It keeps going.
Okay.
Another side dungeon that we can do now.
Yes, it is. No zeal and no bombs and so for that, which is kind of annoying.
Wait, they have ZL though. They just
They
don't
have
have
zeal
bombs.
after a moment, just not bombs. Yes. Yep, the ringer has a hook shot. Goku has a scale, Grand City Maze left chest has a boomerang, and we're in for fun.
Yep. The Skull Kids are clearly trying to teach juwk Saria's song. Never mind.
Not quite. Failed the fourth note.
Maybe they just want to do a Saria's song scale. Never mind.
Nope. Nocturne's vanilla, serious Graz. And just a blue pea there off the Ocarina memory game. Yeah, the second part of Ice after the shenanigans of the priests in the first room has gone pretty well for Engel. Alright, small chest. Is this song of any use, or is this place just a bust?
It seems like a bust right now.
I would rate that as not a bust, okay!
Saria's song! I knew it'd be there! I must be some sort of psychic. Hammer!
And that's a hammer! Okay, we're getting places.
Oh, I'm getting access to all the, zone dungeons today.
Yeah, so we kind of need some of the access. That hammer gets us the boomerang. Hammer gets us the boomerang. The Saria song gets us both a hookshot and a scale.
Yeah, Rush Ice Gang does win this time. Thankfully. And so is Child. That claim check will never be handed in. If only it were eye drops instead. But I swear I don't have the
Fortress is Path to Baronade. Okay. Well, we do have a Pona song. We don't have a bow, though.
Yeah.
And also, that Kokiri Storms is not, in fact, a Path to Bongo.
juwk's gonna be picking up his strength. Let's see what Richard brought home for us today.
Fortress Path to Baronade going to probably be for the letter or something leading to the letter.
Yeah, it's most likely the letter.
There's not the toilet. Dungeons are always separate from their overworld areas for hint purposes. And Richard is just giving us some money. Cubs, please update the path command, otherwise I will do it and then you'll yell at me because Storms is Path to Bongo at this point.
Yeah. It's most likely Storms. Bottom of the well time, maybe?
Perhaps. Yep, Jabu is path to Morpha as well. Cubs really needs to update the command. Poke. Hero's Path means that there is an item in that area required to beat that boss, so logically we're going to beat that boss. So Sacred Forest Meadow, Path to Bongo Bongo, we have gotten Song of Storms and Prelude. Prelude logically locks absolutely nothing in these settings. Storms locks 13 items in the well. DMT Storms is a 14th. Frog's Way is a 15th. And then Frog's 2 might exist too, depending on things.
Yep. And lastly, the Kokiri Forest, the grotto, which is dead, sadly. So it's most likely bottom of the well. Though I do want to see some frogs. And still a chance this could be AD. Given that we already have access to a lot of the items we need for it. And sadly, the hints near the tree are nothing. We've already seen them before. Yeah, it's Jabu Path to Morpha. We still need to find the Rudo's letter. We know where the boomerang is. And it can't be for Iron Boots because we got them in Lon Lon Ranch. So it's most likely a hook shot or a bomb bag.
Yep.
So it could also be a bow.
Yeah, we'll find out. We do know the Jabu leads to Morpha, but we don't know what exactly is in it yet. There's a few different things. It's likely leading to Longshot, but could be for a tunic or wallet for Central Pillar logic. We don't know. And it could be an item leading to Longshot, tunic, or wallet because well, they're missing a whole lot of stuff, honestly, right now.
Yep.
Sorry, I got sidetracked by some internal things, so I lost track of it. But,
Ooh, compass this is big. Let's see what it is. Could be a slingshot.
Hey! Thanks for the slingshot game.
I swear I'm not reading the spoiler log. I just thought maybe it would be there. I am now a witch. According to chat. Well, that just means that we could get, we could just get Deku out of the way. Also means the target in the woods is, free now.
Yep, so that's an additional check we haven't seen yet. Juke's here because it's a lot of early checks, he's here anyway for a child, and why not, more or less. Deku does have 7 early items, so it's pretty quick, a lot of stuff. We actually still don't even know what the OT song is, to note. Would not be surprised if it's Requiem at the rate we're going, considering Spirit Temple is the Forest Medallion.
Yep.
Well, he knows it's Saria's song at this point.
It certainly locks Shadow Temple.
Yes, it does. Jabu is Pathomorpha, yes. We don't know what food, but that's the thing. And I am not the person in charge of Hank commands, so...
We'll get to see what's on Goma in a bit. Oh, that's vanilla.
Vanilla heart container. I mean, you'll take it, I guess, this early in the seed, but you also would kind of like something a bit more useful than that.
Yep. I'm betting that juwk will probably... No, he'll just save and quit. So he's gonna leave Target in the woods for now.
Yeah, probably not thinking all that much about it. It's also a long walk over there for one check at the moment. You can do it when you come back for Darunia. Frog's one would make a lot of sense here. It's considering that Storms is direct path.
Yep. It's time to play a beautiful serenade for the frogs and make their skins nice and wet. There we go.
Just a heart piece. Alright, so it's not bad.
It croaked out. It's getting pretty close to nighttime.
Yes, it is. Gonna wait just a little bit here for Dompe digging, might as well.
Yeah. Dompe digging's more exciting than chickens.
Also a lot faster than chickens.
Yep.
Yes, Tafile, he has a very good chance of being Requiem, you only just noticed? Yeah, AD is pretty free once we get access to Fire Temple and a tunic or something, because we currently don't have a way over there, but we do have, in fact. We're also short explosives for DC, but generally, yes, Fire's not too bad, considering that we have... AD's not that bad with Deku DC and Fire, and we already have the Hammer and the Kiri Sword, so that's a good start on things.
There's Hammer and Strength. So we could get pretty deep into the Dongo's Cavern.
We just can't finish it right now.
True.
Unless juwk really wants to plant a bean for the graveyard, I don't know if he will, honestly. I don't think it's really worth it for some shoes. So where is our first bomb peg is an actual question right now.
Yeah. Be just about anywhere.
Yep. Hammer definitely opens up some additional places for it, as juwk gets his 8th token and Engel gets his slingshot. Bombs could be in the well.
Yeah. Most of the well can already be checked. And the stuff that can't be checked because of because they have no bombs could also be peeked.
Yep. Which is nice, not necessarily gonna save them from anything. That is a huge rupee, okay.
Yeah, he's planting a bean for those Jews.
Alright. Wasn't sure, because I was thinking about what he would want those for, because you generally would like one for Because generally you'd like to have one for Lake when the hookshot's completely missing because he doesn't know where Sorry Song is. One for
Yeah.
Lake, one for Colossus or Volcano, and then the bean. This one's lower. I would have expected him to more like purchase 3 beans and not 2, but hey, that's a choice.
Fair.
Like, it makes sense to get to choose, I just would have expected him to buy more beans for considering current items layout. You know, Jim could have bought more beans. He could have played any one of his 4 child songs to get money off the frogs if he really, really wanted beans. Alright, Goma for Engel. Let's see what's in the well. This has most likely got something on the path to Bongo, otherwise we've got some weirdness going on.
That's a big chest right there. And it's another scale!
Alright.
So it's the first logical scale, it seems.
Yeah, quite possibly, considering that the Skull Kid one is locked behind Ice Cavern, Riddle's letter is nowhere to be found right now, and who knows.
Yeah.
Doesn't do a whole lot logically, considering our child spawn was in River.
Ooh, another big chest. Looks like Juke's gonna be checking that after he checks what's in the coffin room. And it's just 50 rupees. Didn't on lap dive. Well, I mean, they already have iron boots. And if they rush out, and if Juke rushes ice. Oh, there's the bomb bag!
There's the bomb bag. Okay.
But yeah, if Juke rushes ice and goes back child, then he could just grab his hook shot on Darunia. And just cheese the lap dive entirely. Trying to find Steve. Ooh. Oh, it's a small chest. It's foolish. Yeah, it's been hinted dead. Engel gonna be picking up the scale and subsequently the hook shot. Ooh. Nothing on dead hand. But Engel's gonna be picking up that hammer soon.
Alright, another big chest for ores. Okay, that's a nice find. Once they find magic, that'll be quite useful.
Yep.
As Engel gets his hammer.
That was pretty clean from Juke. And just a recovery heart on target in the woods.
Yep. Laughing Fingers, nothing too wacky so far. The scene's been reasonable enough. We've gotten some wacky hints. Skullkid's got what is now gold scale. Doria's got a hook shot. Grom Tiddymay's left chest is a boomerang. Storms this path to Bongo for a variety of possible things, including that lens.
Yep.
Also more likely the bomb bag that was in here, but and possibly the other scale. We'll see.
It looks like Juke's rushing back as adult. Might be able to, depending on where he goes next, that's going to be interesting to see.
Strength does nothing with DC at this point. Just the bomb deck itself puts all of DC and logic in these settings.
Yep. Might be doing some Lost Wood check here. And SFM, because he can full clear it now.
Yep. Well, really, just at this point, it's just a Wolfo's Grad, but we'll confirm it's most likely bomb egg at this point, which would be interesting, and possibly the lens would be fun. It's not for ores.
Could also be for, like, Desert Crossing. With,
Could be... We don't know where we don't... Like, Lab Dive could have something, we also don't... I mean, there's still a few shenanigans left, but the skill is less useful than it typically would be, considering a child spawns in River.
Yep,
and that is... This game for Bow, maybe. There's a few different... There's quite a few options around for things. The letter's gonna be a big one to find at this point, with Saria-san being lacking what it has. Froors and Lens were both in the well, Sub-8.
Ooh, that's a big chest. And 30 is also dead.
Alright, good hint. And there's another bottle. Okay, we've got every bottle that's not the Ruda's letter. Game!
Game, could you explain yourself? But it just means that rushing ice will be much easier for Juke.
Yep. We'll see when he does it. We'll see when he goes ice. We'll know he'll have to do so eventually. Just a matter of when. Engel made it a bit of a somewhat more unusual play to go there looking for songs, and perhaps was trying to get a bit of an edge. We'll see. And also, because it is a good place for songs, and you don't have to risk icy waters when you know Fountain's foolish. But he has Orphan King's Aura for the moment, which could be an issue.
Yeah.
Alright, Boomerang incoming for Juke, and we'll see what the other items and the hint are here.
Skull Mask is dead. And there's a blue shirt.
Okay, so we know that Longshot's got the behind job event. Good to know. Yep. Next.
Not to mention, that's fairly close to French vanilla, given that it's the Goron tunic that he normally has.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of, it is something. It's a good, hey, magic on child fishing. And, thanks. Thanks,
What a great hint.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's chocolate.
Alright, nothing on the volcano. I think that was a huge rupee. Red rupee, not quite sure which, but not something I need. Handy,
Yeah.
considering that Bolero and Hovers are both currently completely missing. And Crater Fairy is a bomb. Thanks.
Another bomb refill.
OoT's Requiem! Fun! Excellent!
This could be Oops AD.
That's really good. That's not great.
Especially if there's something on Child Spirit. Ooh,
Market's
Market.
Path of Phantom Ganon. We haven't seen anything in there, have we?
No. Just a stick and 5 rupees.
So that's probably locking our bow at this point. We have a could be leather. I mean, this Vita wacky thing. Still, we don't actually have logical access to a hookshot right now.
Yeah, it could be bow on chess game or bomb chew bowling.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the mirror shield. That's
Alright,
convenient.
so that's useful. And below Bigoron tells us that Fortress is still past the Baronade. So Market could be a hookshot path to Phantom Ganon, locking the other hookshot on the Rudy behind Celery's Song and Ice if Rudo's letter happens to be on the Fortress rooftop chest, and hover boots are also hookshot locked someplace or another, because we haven't seen hovers either.
It looks like Engel's also planting a bean here.
Yep. Oh, that would mean Joey Patamorph would be a little weird. Never mind, I'm scared of raining. We'll see what it is, but I think it's most likely a bow. I don't think it is a hookshot now I'm thinking about it more, because my brain is not working at the moment. Jabu is still Patamorpha, yes. We saw that already, if memory serves. Not that specific copy, but DMT Storms is dead, so Storms pointing us to what appears to be a bomb bag.
Yep. And Lens of Truth, maybe?
Possibly Lens. It possibly Gold Scale. If Lab Dive has something of interest, but yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have something leading to the letter. Strength 2 could be there for all we know. Yeah, Jelly Patamorpha at this point, well, we don't have a bow. We don't know where the bows are. Water can be left behind that. We do have a strength, we do have Song of Time. We have Iron Boots, Long Shot, those are all fine. But the Jabu Patamorpha could technically be a bow, and then the hookshot is locked behind Market. We don't really know for sure of anything at this point.
Ooh, and a big chest on map chest.
And another magic. Sure.
Damn! Neither of them lock each other, actually.
Nope.
How convenient.
Hovers on the southwest chest and GT sheet across the desert is possible. The other magic is child fishing. who hovers on a selfless chest in GTG would not be path in Fortress because GTG is not Fortress.
Indeed.
Juke's on different areas. Like, Engel's gonna catch up on a few items here out of the well. He'll be finding his bombs and furrows and lens in the next couple of minutes, and then those will get him the boomerang. He'll get his mirror shield, and that's about him caught up, more or less. Yeah, Engel's done ice already, which Juke will eventually need to do. That's about the difference between them at the moment. Just some routing change differences. Nothing really major. It's far too early to say who's actually ahead. Yeah, he will be getting hookshot this child cycle, which is nice. We'll see how much that matters. It will get him into forest for now, but without a bow, and with the bow, who knows where at the moment. Our path-ins are a bit too jumbled to make sense of it.
Oh, that's another big chest.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Ooh, Juke actually rolling right off the platform. Whoopsies.
Moment of truth. This is ice arrows.
Thanks, game.
Of course someone's gonna say that in chat. And so far, 40, 50, and 30 skulls are all dead. So very relieving. But it could still be AD for Requiem.
It's a very good chance it's logical AD for Requiem, at least. We don't have our Path to Twin Robot hint, by the way, to note. Nice bomb bag! That's not actually bomb locked. We have a strength and a hammer.
So it's most likely just lens, then.
Yeah, because the hammer was Fear Zero on the Lost Woods Bridge Scrub. You can, in fact, get up there with the hammer to hammer the wall.
Yep, and they also got strength in Kokiri Forest and one of Mito's 4 chests.
Yep. So, that is amusing. Lens path, then brilliant. Lens or gold scale correction, or A scale, which is entertaining.
Yeah, it's the first logical scale, I think.
It is the first logical scale. Because we still don't know where our logic... We don't know where Arudo's letter is.
Yeah. It's most likely in Fortress.
Most likely, until it isn't, and then we're in for fun.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's likely, given that Fortress is likely to have it. Yeah, it's a possible AD for Requiem, but it could just be logical AD for Spirit Key logic.
Yep, we don't know. Well, then there's the main variety of AD, where there's no keys on child side, but there's a dense fire sitting on the arch instead. Because our Path to Bongo Head today is not the most useful at the moment. Storms to lens or scale, I mean, it's too early to say what that actually points at. To get Jukes finishes up DC, found magic, another bomb bag, and the ice arrows. Not the worst haul in the world, definitely not the greatest.
Looks like this is a check for Reded Grotto.
Yeah, Cubs, we have actually not seen a Frogs 2 hint. That's a point, though. Storms could be for that if it's actually something. I haven't rolled a Frogs 2 seed in a very long time. For any kind of tournament race at least, I've rolled 1 or 2 just casually. That would be fun if it was Frogs 2 seed.
Yeah, Frogs 2 have been pretty anomalous, even in both Challenge Cup and
No, you do actually need all 6 child songs to do Frogs 2.
because that's how you trigger the game.
Alright, Juke playing Prelude. Let's see where he's off to next. Yeah, we're missing Sun Song completely for the moment. It is possibly the Crater, which we have no access to. That's a fun fact. We don't have access to the Crater song at 51 minutes. Not great.
And it looks like Juke's gonna be setting up time of day, or rather, time of night, because that Lens of Truth, he now knows his way to hero. Well, path.
Needs a nighttime to check, yeah.
It also fits in nicely with that market path, too.
It does. The lens could honestly be just pointing... The lens and the market path could also both be pointing at the same thing on Lens game. And
Most
you can do
likely a
bowling at
hookshot.
night as well for Juke, so we'll be able to see what that market path is for sure.
And I'm just gonna make the assumption it's probably just gonna be for the first logical hook shot.
Wait, so then we get into the question of what Jabu's path to Morph of. Does it get another upgrade off Hot Rodder?
Or it could be like Rudo. No.
Rudo's
could be
has
hover
to be
boots.
Fortress locked somehow. Hovers could make sense, actually.
Hovers
yeah.
or bow.
Hovers, bow.
And Engel's gonna be picking up his hook shot.
Alright.
Start off with Bomb Tree Bowling first, I think. No.
Straight to Richard.
Yep.
Do Richard, do the Lens game, because they're right next to each other, and then go for bowling.
Yeah.
There is no sometimes hint command, but we have Burning Cack is Nocturne, Skull Kid is a Scale, Darunia is a Hookshot, the Goron City Maze left chest is the Boomerang, and the Goron's Pot is dead. Keep up time.
You always get the puppies first.
Well, I'm a little concerned my Pup Time is posting a hot dog emote.
I mean... A dog would still eat a hot dog. If you fed it to them. But yeah, it's Bomb Tree Bowling first.
Yep. It's certainly not those Deku Seeds.
Indeed. That dog is getting dangerously close. Whoa.
And there's a bow.
HBA, anyone?
Yeah, I mean, Fortress's path. We've been discussing the fortress roof, but due to a lack of a bow, but now that the bow is here, has turned up, we can in fact do HBA for those 2 checks.
It's okay, you don't have to play if you don't want to.
What Burning Cack requires the Forest, Fire, and Water medallions, so that is beating Spirit, Jabu, and Forest. We can beat Forest, we can't do Jabu without a letter, and we don't have a... We are missing a lot of stuff for Spirit right now.
Yep. I'm just missing mainly a fire source and strength 2, and definitely a hook shot, but we know where one of those hook shots are. We just need Rudo's letter.
Not necessarily a fire source, we definitely need strength 2. We technically need a logical way across the wasteland, considering AT is Requiem.
Perhaps
We
hover
have
boots
we
too?
have projectiles for both ages. It might well be hover boots. We don't know at this point. Has this been alright, or have I not been keeping track of this lens game, to be honest?
Oh, nope. Lens is
And
dead.
Alright, so that's a bow path to Phantom Ganon, which means it locks all of the other bows. Brilliant. Good to know, game. Good
That
to
means we're gonna have to do lens crossing. I mean, desert crossing.
know. Quite likely. So that's where Engel is going next once he goes back adult, is he's going to be off to Forest Temple. Juke is still missing a hookshot.
Yep.
The rushing ice is looking like more and more of an idea, because Juke's done a lot of checks, he still doesn't have Saria's song, and he might honestly go ice soon just looking for the song, which would pay out for him.
Yep. But Fortress is now on his plate.
He might go there first, yeah, it's not... You know, all top 64 runners know to do hookshotless GTG, so with that, Song of Time, and a bow, it's actually a pretty alright play.
Yeah.
Cubs, how are we getting to Fire Temple?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Not me being mean, just actually, how do you get there?
You mean the
Ah,
one that's
Juke,
locked
at
behind Aria's song? And the one that's also locked behind Rudo's letter?
Right?
I mean, Engel could do it, but Juke still doesn't have it. It looks like, yeah, this is definitely a...
It looks like likely to be to play the Fortress, Boulder Destiny, Small Chest, and a hint that Frogs 2 is dead. Alright.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah. So, Storms is confirmed path, most likely path for the lens, for that bow. Technically still possible for scale. It's a seed. The scale lock is pretty much, we know that letter spot, isn't it? Engel was in Lake with a scale and chose to not pick up the item, so I assume whatever it was, it's useless.
Yep.
And alright, Hyrule Castle, fairy and hint here. Let's see if we can get our last path hint, or our last foolish, either would be good. The Grotto is nothing. And Skullkid is still a scale, thanks. What is our path to Twinrova anyway?
That's a good question. It could be Hyrule Castle, too.
Because we know that there is one, we just don't know where it is.
Yeah, it looks like Juke's clearing out Hyrule Field before heading to Fortress.
Makes sense. I mean, although to be fair, the Twinrova hint could just be DMT for the Mirror Shield on the ferry, which would not be a helpful hint. Oh yeah, the path to Twinrova hint absolutely could be in the desert. It could be here in Remote Grotto, it could be in Open Grotto, 30 is still dead, that's not helpful. Engel's going back adult. Juke basically riding opponent into a tree.
Oh.
Big chest, and Frox 2 is still dead.
Goron
And-
Tunic!
Okay, well, once we can finally get to fire, we can definitely beat the place.
Yep.
Not necessarily in logic, to be fair, because hover boots are still AWOL, but we do have a tunic, bombs, strength, magic, and strength and bow. Not magic, we don't need that. As well as all 8 hookshots necessarily in logic. Nice neighbors. Wallet Path would basically send us at King's Aura, considering we've now found both tunics. Both in logic.
There's no need for Wallet Path then, because, you know, we already have all of our tunics.
No, it could be for King's Aura. Finally, fire for the Paradox Letter. Lee, it's not out of the question just yet.
Yeah.
Unlikely, but it is still possible. But I am curious to see what this HBA is going to have. Juke cannot do Fortress Roof, no hover boots, and no hook shots, so...
And no Scarecrow Song setup either.
Nope. Has not been to Lake as either much. Without a hook shot, no reason to do so as adult, and just didn't want to go all the way out there as a child. Alright, Forest Temple for Engel. There's a key here, and there was a key in the first check. Good chance we'll see at least one bow in here, since we know that both the other bows have to be bow locked. Well, there, the dwarf, we're discussing the possibility of seeing a wallet path to Baronade in Fortress, which would mean that the wallet locks Ruda's letter, and about the only thing at this point that wallet locks is, in fact, King's Aura. Because we have both tunics in logic.
Yep.
Yeah, Lynn's game was dead, but there's a non-zero chance it's just for the wasteland. Gold skill is a possibility still, but we don't know. Silver, because even though one of our skills is technically out of logic, silver skill doesn't actually do anything for us. What size chest is that on the roof? I can't tell.
I think that was small.
That's what I thought if I couldn't see it.
It's also the reason why Juke's heading back and getting Epona.
I mean, he would have gotten HBA anyway, whether or not that was big. No, he can actually get to that chest. And HP is 2 fairly quick checks. So, what's this item?
Moment of truth. Yeah, it could be hover boots. Which would also put crossing in logic.
It would.
Oh my gosh, that was really clean.
Very nice 1580. And our items are Ruda's letter and the gold rupee. Alright, thanks game.
I'm guessing a GTG play now.
You might as well at least dip in, check the lobby, and do the end set for wars here, yeah?
Yeah. Plus, it's convenient for Desert Crossing later, because now Juke can go to Jabba Jabu.
I think that's his next play. The bow was not on Len's game, Riley. The bow was on bowling.
It was the second prize.
Yeah. Which at this point tells me that the lens is likely that something about this is interesting because SF is path to Bongo. We have magic, we know where Nocturne is. Something's a little funky going on there. Because we have Din's is not directly locked behind the lens at the moment. The lens only locks crossing the wasteland. The song at the Colossus is Sun Song, Serenade, or Bolero, and only Sun Song is actually logically relevant. Bolero is not going to be useful at the Colossus because by the time you can get there, you can get across the bridge. Logically, with either Longshot or hovers. Riley, we don't actually have a way to get to Requiem right now.
Not logically, at least.
Nope,
And I
we,
think-
not even practically. We can't get, yeah, well, practically now. Well, no, we have a hookshot now, never mind. Rudos puts it in. I'm scared of rating. Yeah, Requiem is logical now, so Lens doesn't block that. Gold scale path? Really? There's
Ooh,
strength through.
strength 2. I think Duke's gonna be really happy to see that. When he goes to Forest.
Rudos was not in ice. That would have completely busted the seed. Rudos is on HPA.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point. Pending Fire Temple key layout. AD is probably in logic.
But I'm definitely liking Duke's routing here now. It looks like he's going to be setting up Scarecrow's Song and getting his second magic.
Yep. Mirror Shield is on the DMT Fairy. Hookshot was hinted to be on Darunia. Longshot is probably sitting in Jabu.
Yeah.
We have everything else for Water Temple. We have Longshot. We have Bow. We have a Strength. We have Iron, ZL, Song of Time. That's a big chest.
Yeah. Let's see what it is.
Double defense. Okay.
Well, it's good for staying alive for longer.
And there's that. At this point in our spirit path, whatever it is likely not super helpful. It could be Forest for the strength, it could be Kokiri for that strength, it could be the Mirror Shield off DMT. There's a lot of things that could be spirit path, so I don't, even though we're missing it, I don't think it's necessarily going to be super helpful.
Yeah.
Unless it's pointing us at hover boots, maybe. Otherwise, no.
You still need to look for hovers and dins.
We do, and they're not directly hinted all that much. The boomerang was hinted, though. We're on City Maze. Duke's gotten his magic. A little confused why he did this before to Jabu, not after. Maybe just playing the warp at it. The fountain, which would make sense. And is gonna go do that. We'll confirm what the path to Morpha is here in Jabu. Forest is not turning up a lot else besides Strength 2 at the moment. Double defense is nice, but not actually any kind of progression. I mean, it very well could be D. It might be in logic. I'm not sure what the percentage chances of fire being hovers locked, but other than that, it's in.
Goron Pot is still dead.
Jabu has to lock our hookshot, yes. Which, at this point, most likely the longshot is just literally in here, but it could technically be for fire arrows or Din's fire. Hover boots are not out of the question, and strength 3 might be in here too.
Yep.
We do have pretty much everything else that can logically lock long shots. We know it can't be a wallet. We've gotten Naruto's, and we have both tunics.
Yep.
And most likely it's just the long shot itself, but it could be Din's hovers or in this these stupid case fire arrows. Alright, continuing in forest here for Engel. And this is a very late because we missed it. Happy 1 hour, everyone. Let's give our runners here a follow. Engel and Juke, thanks to my co-com Lee, to our trackers, Waylon and Dr. Jigs, to our restreamer Cubs, and merci beaucoup Casey Necro et Monsieur Keja pour la mission française.
Three chests until Baronade. See which one has the goods today.
Yep. Okay, thanks Kirk, typing in chat. Hover boots path to Volvagia 61.3% of the time, not necessarily for the dungeon clear itself. Okay, thanks, that's good information.
Oh, that's a big chest.
That is a big chest.
Maybe it'll be a hook shot.
Nope!
Or another bomb bag.
That's bomb bag percent.
And
That is
that's
in
bomb
fact
lock
accurate.
too.
Yes, it is.
The only bomb locked bomb bag.
Yep.
50-50 for boomerang chest or Baronade.
Yep.
Needless
Yeah,
to
we
say,
know.
though, Juke's gonna be full of bombs.
Yes, he is. Because that's to know is that Storms is path to Bongo and SFM confirmed, and Storms has given us the lens of truth and a scale. Silver scale is logically completely useless to see. The gold scale is only relevant for lap dive. Engel didn't have the ability to do lap dive when he. I think he had the ability to do lap dive when he was in Outlet Lake, because we get a big chest on rank chest. And Juke doesn't have the ability to do lap dive yet. As
There
we
it
get
is.
there's a long shot. Thanks, game. All right.
Will Juke rush Forest or rush Ice next, after doing Jabu?
You do, Forest.
Probably. Additionally, Juke could also do water after doing Ice Cavern.
You could. I mean, really, he's got options. If he does want to do ice, if he does think about ice, he'll probably want to check the crater first, just to make sure that's not Saria-sung.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to detour that far out of your way to ice unless you know it's a good song, because with Fountain Foolish, it's not that amazing a play.
Yeah. Sorry Song was the only thing valuable in Ice Cavern.
And yeah, Kirk, hover boots being path to Volvagia 61% of the time does include situations like requiring hovers to get the hammer, requiring hovers to get into Fire Temple itself, if your hookshots are and Bolero are completely AWOL, I've seen that. Assorted other things. Yeah, Engel doesn't have letter yet, but he knows where it most likely is, and he'll get it eventually. The path command could use a bit of an update. Fortress is path to Baronade for Ruda's letter, and Jabu is path to Rova for the long shot. We are still missing our fifth path, and it's for Twin Rova. We don't know what it is, but it's not super likely to be useful.
Yeah.
DC had ice arrows, the last bomb bag, that not bomb-like bomb bag, and double magic. The important thing is that the bomb bag was not in fact actually bomb-locked, because Storms is not path to Bungo for a hookshot for a bomb bag in the well. If it was, this would be a lot simpler. And Heart Piece on Phantom Cannon. Forest, had strength 2, double defense, and absolutely nothing else.
Indeed. DC had one of the magics. It had another bomb bag. I think that's really about it. And there was also ice arrows, but ice arrows aren't exactly useful.
No, it's logically useless at least. And practically not that helpful either. Boomerang is in the Goron City maze. Engel's getting it right now. It was hinted. Engel's only problem is that he doesn't know it's not a way of the hero bomb back. He might just think that, but also it's just not that bad to do the other two couple checks left. Behind storms. He might be just skipping DC, taking, doing progression and other items, because he's got a lot of progression to do.
Indeed.
Like, he's getting Ring now, he probably will be getting to his letter soon, I'd expect, considering it's also Path, and then follow that to Jabir, and then from there he can do Water.
And there's also the Bolero check that he can do.
Yep. This is a Zora Tunic for him. I'm not too worried about Engel in the Storm's Path.
And nothing on Baronade.
Nope. As expected, Longshot wasn't here and is the path. Not interesting game. I still like how that's the hint for the boomerang is in Goron City. It would have been funny if it was in the maze itself, but that's pretty good too.
Yeah. Going straight to adult, which is the smart play.
Yeah. I fully expect a forest play here for Juke. It's progression. You need to do it.
Yeah. It's fairly quick and easy to get out of the way.
I wouldn't call a 12 to 15 minute dungeon quick, but yes, you can get it out of the way and you need to do so at some point anyhow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Shadow takes longer.
It does, to be fair. Yeah, we won't find out if it's actual AD for quite a while. Let's get Serenade in the Crater.
Well, that does make actually getting to Water Temple faster.
It does. And it looks like, okay, on his personal tracker that we can see on the comms page, Juke does have his path hints marked down and notes what they're path for, so he is in fact following the logic correctly for SFM path to Bongo being either Gold Skill or Lens, though that still doesn't help all that much, considering we don't know what is behind that anyhow. Like, the Lens only lacks Wasteland Crossing, and that would only apply if Hover Boots are also stuck behind it, because otherwise Fire Temple would be available to get Requiem. And Fire would have to be Hover's Lock, to be clear. Hovers in Spirit would be horrendous. And then the Gold Skill and Lux Night Life, which we haven't seen yet, so we're curious to see that whenever Engel goes for Water Temple, I guess, which won't be for a while. He's gonna wait till he gets Long Shot.
So he definitely has the PG and the PG hint, as well as the Baronade hints fully satisfied.
Yep. Super straightforward, bow and ladder. Jabu Path and Morpha also super straightforward.
Yep.
We are missing our Twin Rova path. We've seen a lot of stuff for it. It could be for either strength upgrade, it could be for either of our hook shots at the moment. It could be could be for the hook. Oh no, it can't be up for either hook shot, never mind, because they were both hinted separately.
It could also be for Dins.
Sometimes for path. It could be for Dins. Hover boots would technically be an idea if we end up with some wackiness. If hover boots lock both, either access. If not necessarily, it's a little weird here at the moment. Hover would be fun.
Well, when juwk finishes up Ice Cavern, he could definitely get that long shot.
Mm-hmm. I have to make another trip child for it, which is going to cost him some time. That does feel bad, unfortunately, that because he's been doing other progression. It's not that his choices haven't been nonsense. It was the play ice that was really interesting, actually. It just means that juwk has to spend the time to go back child for his rang, which is a little for his hookshot, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
At least he has minuets, so it's not the worst, but it still feels bad. Alright, we're finally gonna see a lap dive check. This will clear up a lot.
Be doing it the normal way.
Yep. Strength 2 for juwk. And a bloopy. Alright, Lens's path.
Yep.
Hover boots have got to be locked behind crossing the wasteland somehow. Something's really funky about that path.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Riley on this.
Yeah, lens across to get hovers that block speeding fire, yeah. So, hover's probably an adult spirit then, possibly Colossus Fairy. If it locks speeding fire, which it should at this point, then it can't be then the hover boots can't be child spirit or on the arch. Which leaves Dins as a big question mark.
Yep. In potential casino mode.
Wasteland is not lens locked. The lens is for the section of the haunted wasteland after the shed structure thing.
Yep. Just to see that how normally to follow it. So our runners don't need to worry about that at all, since they're familiar with it.
We have seen the lens minigame. It was something utterly not memorable. I think a bomb refill. Dins could be in Child Spirit. I mean, Dins can be just about anywhere, really. There's nothing pointing at it.
Mm-hmm. The only place that it can't be is Lax.
Yeah. Yeah, Engel's run has turned out really well. Getting that rushing ice really early hasn't really given him a leg up here. Just getting that hookshot early, helping out so much. Mirror Shield is a DMT fairy. Serious business. Yeah. If it's Lens Path, that means sorry, it can't be at Rec Room's Heart Prelude. Yeah, because otherwise, long shot. Because sorry, this can't be at Rec Room's Heart Prelude due to it's a long shot having to be available before hovers pretty much. Get across the wasteland, since juwk should know that you need to cross the wasteland for things. Cross the wasteland to get hovers somehow, and I never did actually see our last Volition. It's a good chance it might be our dungeon. Although, I don't know which dungeon it would be at the moment. Blends across for hovers for fire for 80 for Requiem for Dins and Child's Beard is very much a possible chain of progression. Would be pretty mean, but it would be it is entirely possible.
Yep.
And now I'm half tempted to put a pool up. Not AD.
No, Juke does have Furore set up in GTG.
Yep.
Yeah, the generator is fairly robust since it's had about 5 years to basically get everything right, depending on each of the settings.
Correct. The web generator has been out for 3.5 years almost now. It was released in November 2018, and that was 3.0. 1.0 came out well before that, I think sometime in 2017. So pretty much all of the settings we play on pretty standard. Pardon the bad wording. We play on fairly regular, nothing wacky, no extra sanity settings for during this tournament, so all of these settings have been very well fleshed out. Most of these have been around since basically the beginning of Rando. I mean, it's just your regular old item randomizer with a couple quirks added like CSMC and random spawns, and that's honestly about it. May 27, 2018 was 1.0. Okay, a bit later than I thought, but it's been close to 4 years then.
Yeah.
And because, you know, basically the settings we use for our main tournaments have been around since the beginning of Randomizer, the logic is very well fleshed out. Unbeatable seeds are quite literally unheard of in these settings. They haven't shown up in a long time. We only really see unbeatable seeds with glitchless logic when we're looking at new settings. Ones that have only just been recently been added, they're still working on their logic. There might be some bugs with things, so I know there's been a few issues with Pot Sanity, and Rupee Mania have gotten a few unbeatable seeds just because they're so much different about that. But this does not apply to the regular settings that we've had since forever.
Yep. One of our hook shots was on the Boomerang Chest in Jabu, and the other one was on Dancing Dad.
Yep.
It looks like Juke's Engel is also going to be setting up Furore's here. But this time it looks like he's going to be going through GTG.
He's got less stuff to do at this point. Longshot doesn't get him that much, really. Jabu itself is only 3 other checks. It's not a lot, so he might as well do the density here. He can full clear this place. He has hook shots, bow, song of time, or maybe not. Just gonna do the quick checks. The maze, I guess, is useless, and he is out of here.
Yep.
Also fair to just do the quick ones. Make sure there's nothing huge in the maze that Green Po was giving Juke to run around, by the way. Yikes. Nice job.
Gotta love Amy, please. And she's down.
Alright, because I was looking at Engel and his GTG, and then I took a look back at Juke, and he's being given a run around by Amy. Jeez.
At least it's just Meg now.
For context, in the OT manga, the 4 Poe sisters are named after the 4 sisters from Little Women. So Amy, Beth, Jo, and Meg. Amy is the green Poe, Meg is the purple Poe. I don't remember which one's which between Jo and Beth.
I believe Beth is the blue one then, I think.
I'll be honest, I have no idea. I don't even remember green Poe usually, to be honest. We usually just call them by their colors. Meg is is more memorable because she's different from the other 3, but otherwise, yeah. Actually, that's a fun fact. So, we put out a poll the other day about suggesting new Junkins for the randomizer. The current set have been around since I don't even know when. It's a long time. And they haven't been updated in ages, so we put out a poll, which I will post in chat since we are still taking suggestions. If you want to see a hint Junkin added to the game, feel free to submit your ideas. We will not necessarily accept those ideas. Helpful tips are pretty much always accepted, such as there's one in there now about how to beat Darklink, there's one for the Door of Time, among 48 others, I think. We've got like 50 helpful tips among the Junkins now. But other ones, we prefer. Zelda references are usually fine. If it's referring to something else, we prefer to make it see that it's actually funny without context, but it honestly varies a bit.
You mean like all toasters make toast?
Yes, I think that one we took, but yes, that was a suggestion that we got. Either a suggestion or it's a current Junkin, I forget which. We do, in fact, have quite a lot of new Junkins incoming. There's about 170 approved last I checked. Myself, MapleStar, ETR, BTF, and Shadowshine have been the kind of self-assigned committee to vet the suggestions. We got over 200, by the way. Kudos to everyone who did it. And one of the new Junkins that we did take is that Phantom Ganon is a Louisa May Alcott fan. For context, Louisa May Alcott wrote Little Women. Nice little in-joke.
Because of the Poe sisters' names?
Yep.
Maybe the next Junkin I come up with should be like, Ganondorf has quite a powerful spice rack.
You might have lost me there.
Salt and pepper, the name of the,
Alright, there was someone who suggested salt and pepper. I don't remember what we decided.
That was me.
Okay. Yeah, Engel built after Letter and Sephiroth and GTG, pretty much. He looked at the maze, he did the lobby, and left. Nocturne is vanilla.
Yep, so they need to finish Spirit, Jabu, and Forest in order to get, that.
And we got and the result of the poll is 13 people voted that it would be Dins and Child Spirit as far as whether or not it would be AD. The options were Dins and Child Spirit, no keys on adult side, boss key on child side, or nope, it's Bane.
It looks like Juke's playing a game of tennis with PG. Not anymore.
But yeah, feel free to submit ideas for Junkins chat. We will continue to take more. There will be like a formal PR put out soon. I don't know if we're like formally closing the poll at some point. We'll probably do that sooner or later, but it is still open. We are still taking suggestions. The PR has not yet been merged. And we'll see how it goes. I think my personal favorite out of the bunch. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, it could still be AD with long shots if there's a key, if there's like a big key on child side for sure, or if there's no small keys on adult side.
Yep. So one of my favorite new hints is: do you reckon Anju met her lover at a cafe? Yeah, this is gonna be GTG or Spirit for Juke with Aurora's here. Looks like he's gonna head out. I think it's a good play to go to Spirit right now. It's
Yep.
you want to know if it's AD. At this
Yep.
point, you really want that information. Water is like secondary. You can do it eventually. It's not a huge deal. But you want to know, like, for all like, at this point, juwk, if he finds out it's AD, could do child spirit and get his long shot at the same time, which would be better for his rounding. Because currently long shot's a one-off check that takes forever to get to, and he can't do it with pretty much anything else at all. Sadly, can't see the wasteland check. We have no fire sources.
And he got across quite safely.
Yep, as expected of someone in the top 64. We are still missing a foolish hint. It's... who knows?
Though Engel can get across more cleanly, given that he's got his long shot now.
He can.
Yeah, I believe we're still missing a foolish hint as well as a path hint. The path to Twin Rova is the only one we're missing. But
yeah, we know it's of dubious usefulness at this point, I think.
yeah, given that we have both strengths and the mirror shield.
And
You'll-
access to spirit, it's not super helpful. About the only thing would be a fire source, maybe.
Yeah. For the key logic.
Because we already have a hint pointing in the direction of hovers. I'd be surprised if it's another, That's a little funny by this point. Yeah, there's the spirit path is not super worth. The path to Twin Rova is not probably worth a whole lot at this point. They're not looking for it either. They don't really need to. Alright, Colossus Fairy. Nope.
Just a bloopy.
Oh, I should have added Dins on the Arch / Child Spirit or something like that for the poll, because it could be there of all places. That would be stupid.
Yep.
We know hover boots can't be on the Arch, but Dins could be.
Indeed.
Yeah. AD could be the AD depending on where the spirit keys are. I have no idea what the size of the chest on that left hand, the right hand is. And our song here is Sun Song. Composer Grave. Sun Song Grave could actually have those hover boots. Blair's on Prelude. We're not getting that. And our hint here is that fire is foolish. Okay.
So if it is AD, then all they have to do is grab the key and get out.
I think that's a Hylian shield on the Arch. It's not Dins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fire Foolish is a good hint. We're gonna find, well, we'll find out just how good it is here for juwk. This comes out as a piece of heart, it might have been. Yeah, I'm really, really bad at identifying freestanding items. But it's not Dins, and that's basically the only thing that we care about that could have been up there, so that we're set. And I don't think it was Fire Arrows either. Fire Arrows could have technically been up there and given us a bit of trouble, but we're fine. Okay, it's not there. I guess.
It's a 50-50.
Oof, juwk getting knocked off there.
Bullied by boulders.
Yep. Game
Ouch.
cooperating. Ouch.
You might get your wish, June. And there's
a key. Alright, so that's one.
That's the bailout. For now.
For now. Yeah, we're not out of it yet. You know, here's a really stupid thought. What if Strength Race and Child Spirit for Din's and OGC?
Well, logically, you need 5 keys.
Yep.
But the runners only need 3.
To beat Twin Robot, yeah. Alright, that's a small chest. And a small chest. That's not good. I think we're likely to see what I shall call Boo shenanigans here from juwk. Pending how many keys he finds here. Because they don't have a fire source. And if he doesn't find the boss key here not fire-locked, he might end up doing Boo shenanigans hoping to get it instead.
There's one key.
Another key. That is key number 4, logically.
Ooh, and a big chest right there. Let's see what it is. Hover boots!
There's hover boots! Alright, that makes sense. So that solves our bongo path. Brilliant, thanks. Potential triple demonstrator incoming if no boss key? No. I mean, yeah, possible, Cubs. We don't know.
Looks like Engel's also gonna be warping to GTG.
Makes sense. Alright, that is key number 2. Logically, that is.
Yep.
And a small chest, okay. So the third logical key has got to be either fire-locked and or child side. Not great.
Indeed.
juwk won't be doing Boo shenanigans unless he does everything else here and doesn't find the boss key, but I suspect he might honestly do Boo shenanigans. Engel's off to water, actually. I mean, I guess you might as well beat it. Not really a reason not to. Just through your progression.
Yeah, I think a bet for Din's would be something.
Yeah,
and Engel's
Cubs,
gonna
you
be
want to
rushing
start
water.
one? Cubs, you want to start a bet? Since we're basically just missing Dins at this point. Because that's our 5th key on Forearmos. I'm okay too, just find the lights hint, Cubs. It's not like we really need lights for a while. Hey Lynn, hinted on Darunia.
That's the big
Here's
key
the boss
chest.
key.
And a small chest.
Yep. So, Spirit is not hard child-locked. It might logically be child-locked, but it's not hard child-locked.
Indeed. Unless there happens to be an item like Din's on there.
Well, it doesn't let hard-lock beating Spirit. It might hard-lock beating the Seed, it doesn't hard-lock beating Spirit. So,
Indeed.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go out on a limb and see, yeah, people actually wanting it on those 80, so Child Spirit.
Water Temple's floating logic, I will be a lazy bones and not bother counting keys, because you don't really need to. Map is key number 1. Dins, we've seen the Carol Castle Fair from Engel, I think. It was that. Chickens is very much possible. Dark Link's an idea. It is not Valley, Fountain, or Fire.
I just noticed that all of Engel's, all of his tunics are white.
Yes, it indeed. That was intentional, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I do like his mirror shade color too as well. That's a very nice shade of blue.
Yep.
Yeah. So Valley, Fountain, and Fire are foolish hints. We've seen all of Jabu, we've seen all of Forest. It's obviously not in Shadow. We'll see if it's in Water. We've seen DC, we've seen Deku. There's a wide variety of overworld checks, including Wasteland, Composer Grave, Chickens, probably some other absolutely random odds and ends I have forgotten, like Shoot the Sun. I just thought of it. Various things. There's a.
It could even be on Twin Rova.
Could be on Twin Rova, could be Firelocked in Spirit, it could be on OGC if Strength 3 shows up somewhere. It is not Tektite Grotto, it could be King Zora.
The only places that it can't be are the foolish places, places we've already checked, Shadow Temple, and Light Arrow Cutscene.
Yeah, we have seen Lab Dive, that was part of our figuring out what on Earth Storms was Path for. Yeah, we could well be in the rest of GTG. We don't know if there's any big chests in the maze, but neither of them really wanted to stick around, so we just left. And now, well, here we are. That's a point that we haven't seen 20 skulls, actually. Yeah, so that's an idea among just other isolated random overworld checks that I have a hard time thinking of. We have seen a Frog's 2 hint shed in Frodo.
Question is, where does Juke go after spirits? Because there's both Ice and GTG.
And that's a big chest here.
Ooh, let's see what it is.
Yeah, Starfall we're betting on Bird Dances, because it is...
There
right
it
here!
is! Well, Darklink's pretty close, I think.
I think that might be the only bet for Water Temple I get. If that's the only bet for Water, then that wins by default.
That would be funny, though I think there might have been others who voted for it.
That works, Cubs. Cubs thinking Starfall's last minute bet of it. I was like clicking the toilet, so I don't know what the bet's for, Lamau. Well, you win. When nobody's right, then Mimi's bet wins because we like it for the giggles. Alright, we are actually going to do a bet for lights now, because we're not getting that hit for a bit.
And before people start betting Child Spirit. Of course!
It's not Twin Rova.
There's the boss key.
We'll likely see whether or not it was logical AD when Engel gets to Adult Spirit. It is either Adult Locked or Fire Locked. One of the two. The last key has to be either Fire Locked or Adult or Child's side, and we don't know which. 50-50.
Oh, this is a prelude play.
Yeah, Juke's Longshot is hinted to be on the Runia. At this point, I think this makes sense for Juke. He's been trying to find... He's done all his progression. And
oh, I see. He was just doing this.
Right.
Yep.
Or nope, he's leaving. Never mind. I could have seen him just doing Longshot for progression, but...
And you'll get the song off of Bolero now, which will be Serenade.
Yes, he will. An hour 50 Bolero song. I would at least get Nocturne before going Child, yeah. And Juke is playing Serenade? Okay. Juke's has actually still not been to Saria's, no. Gotten Saria, so he has to do that. I forgot he hasn't been to Ice yet, and that's really kind of been what's hurting him this seed, is just not doing Ice early and missing out on the hookshot for a while.
Yeah, he knows that it has to be nice at this point.
Yep. It's not like Juke's plays weren't bad, like it made sense for him to put off Ice for a while, and unfortunately Engel made a very unusual play rushing Ice early, but hey, it paid out, and that's been the real differentiator this seed between them as Juke checked Lab Dive. Morpho stand for Engel. So I could honestly see an Ice play next for Juke. And he is playing Blur. Okay, that is his fastest way to Ice.
Yep.
The gold skill in vanilla is adult fishing.
Yep. It's certainly much easier to get it in Randomizer just because don't have to deal with the RNG crap. Or at least it's been minimized to where it's less effective.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we're gonna see Shoot the Sun here from Engel. But have now closed that Engel is... Now that Engel has finished water, and let's see where he goes after Shoot the Sun, as Juke heads for Ice.
That's a recovery heart? No, it's a heart container.
And
warping to GTG.
Yep. Yeah, it wasn't a terrible play for Engel. There was reasoning behind it. Perhaps partly memeing, perhaps trying to get a bit of an advantage. Also, just a genuinely good play for Engel to do Ace when he did. Because it made sense. Knowing Fountain is foolish. Sarius is locking 2 key items, and you want to get songs. It made sense, yeah. I mean, there's a combination of factors that goes into every choice they make. And as commentators, we can only ever guess at them.
Yeah.
We are not psychic. And I am not a competitive OoTR player either. And quite happy to just chill in the booth. Longshot was sent on to Runia Foster. The Saria song is here in Ice, and that will get to Juke his Longshot.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen. Oh, and Nocturne is vanilla, so it's Burning Cack. Juke can get that, but he's also doing Ice Cavern, so he could get Saria's Song. He knows that Saria's Song has to be here.
I'd put Engel a few minutes ahead right now.
Yep. Though if light arrows do happen to be in Child Spirit, then that would put Juke ahead quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. These are
not a lot, but ahead.
Yeah, Juke will head to water once he's He's gonna get Saria's song, get Nocturne, go Child, grab his long shot, and then go back adult. Juke lost some time to not doing ices early, and also because he full cleared DC, which had nothing of actual importance.
All it really did for him was discern that what his path was, which was not bombs.
Nope. And ultimately that did not help the most either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically just 2 potential checks, or just 1 if there's a key on Child Spirit.
Yeah, we'll find out if there's a key on Child's side here from Engel, because he will be able to do the Firelock checks, while Juke cannot. Sorry, song for Juke. He's probably going to go check King Zora, which is a check we have not seen.
Indeed.
I mean, Juke didn't have a fire source and didn't feel like doing bow shenanigans for it. I don't blame him. Yes, Juke, because they've both known about Longshot being under Rudy since the beginning of the seed. It was a super early hint.
And he doesn't have to check Skull Kid either. He could just go directly to Dancing Darunia.
Yep. He knows he does not need a gold scale. And thanks to the slingshots. Brilliant. The other one was in Deku Tree, just for the extra giggles.
Yep. Yeah, one of the hook shots was hinted in the Goron City on Dancing Darunia, and the other one was in Jabu. That was a path hint.
Yep,
Specifically,
Din's was in water.
Chest. Picking up a Nocturne.
King Zora was a slingshot. Oh yeah, adult shooting, right. We never saw this because the bow was pretty darn late.
Yep. And that puts Engel in glow mode. He's gonna do Sun Song Grave before he heads out.
May as well, I guess. You're in the area.
small chest. And there's the last key.
Alright, so Requiem was not required for Spirit Temple.
Indeed. Or at least not for keys.
Might technically... Well, it wasn't required at all because child side cannot lock Spirit anyway.
Of course.
Juke got Nocturne, we're fine on that front. This is a Darunia trip. It can't have lights and Child Spirit, but that doesn't lock Spirit itself in any fashion whatsoever.
Indeed.
Yeah, happy 2 hours. Let's do some shoutouts. Give our runners a follow, Engel and Juke. Thanks to my co-com Lee, to our trackers, Waylon and Dr. Jigs, to our restreamer Cubs, and also big thanks to merci beaucoup Casey Neko et Monsieur Keja pour le restream français. I'll be honest, I don't actually know why Nocturne is after Requiem on the tracker. It just is. I think Truz came up with the layout. I have no idea.
I think it's just based on like the game itself, because they usually have I don't think the order particularly matters, because you could... Well, it actually sort of does. Yeah, that's the way they're displayed in game.
Okay, so it was, yeah. There's the whole debate over which one's quote-unquote intended to be done first, because you can technically do them in either order.
Same with Fire and Water, though they usually have, like, Navi telling you otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, you can argue that after finishing Water and Vanilla, you go to Burning Cack, and that basically points you in the direction of the well, but still. And then the well gets you Lens, which sends you to Shadow, but at the same time that also gets you access across the wasteland. There's a lot of things.
Yep.
It's one of quite a few things. It's just a case of what intended. People sometimes complain about unintended ways of beating the game, being in logic and rando. Well, first off, it's rando. Things aren't going to be exactly the same as the original game anyway. That's just boring. And besides, what is intended is varied. Like this comes up with both the Gerudo Valley Bridge and the Wasteland. Some people only ever cross the bridge with Eponas, others only ever use Longshot. And the same goes for Longshot versus Hovers for the Wasteland. Both are valid. Some people use one, some people use the other. Good luck. I know people who never found the DMT owl, and just used the chicken, or just never got there to begin with. There's that too. Any number of things, really. Good luck.
Like, going up to DMC as child, it's like, you're more than likely never gonna do that unless you want to get all the skulls.
Yeah, it's like really if you go up there for just being super completionist, but otherwise, meh. Engel build out after, did not do all of Water, build out after boss key chest.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much my response when anyone complains about intended. Well, what even is intended anyway? Sometimes there is some indication, other times, not so much.
Plus, Randomizer is far more fun. And you don't have to sit through all those cutscenes every single time you replay it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like Randomizer, one of the appeals of Randomizer is it does a completely different thing from the original game.
He knows that the boss key is there and he can get to it easily, but don't think he knows Dins is in here.
There's nothing that points him towards it. I hope he sticks around for it.
Yeah.
And hey, welcome in ZSR2 rating with a party of 79 coming over from the EU Weekly. Hope that scene went well. Welcome in.
Oh, and
Something.
Din's fire was on the compass chest in Water Temple.
Yep.
It will certainly be a while before, yeah, I think Juke's just gonna finish off water before maybe going deeper. It is his most check-dense location that isn't foolish.
More or less at this point, yeah. Well, GTG still has a bunch of this stuff left.
That's true.
Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. We have, we're about 2 hours into a brackets match here between Engel and juwk, which is round 3. We are a lighter no mode, that's the same for Engel's go mode. juwk should hopefully be getting his Din's fire here for his glow mode in about a couple of minutes. It's on the compass chest.
But it looks like Engel is ahead.
Yeah, getting rushed ice very early looking for a Saria song as that was intended to be fucking powerful items. And that got him his hookshot early, which is giving him a leg up, as well as just letting him avoid DC, which is one of the big things for juwk right now. Compass chest is Din's. It is not logical AD in the slightest right now. There are no keys on Child Spirit. We did seal 5, but light arrows might be child side. Strength 3 might be child side. It's not out of the question yet. And oh, juwk is not getting Din's, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the Dark Link loop.
Yeah. Engel did not do compass first. He did map and then map, set, and then compass.
Well, actually, he's not doing the Dark Link loop right now. He's finishing off Morpha. But depending on where he's going...
Maybe?
Ooh, that's a very nice quick grab. Ooh.
Oh, but then it gets away. Commentator's curse. Water Temple was not hinted.
Yeah.
Our path to Bongo was a fairly convoluted Storm's path to... SFM path to Bongo for Storms to get the lens because hover boots were an adult spirit and they locked your ability to get there by way of Requiem, more or less. So, got a little stupid.
But it looks like Engel does have quite a bit of a lead right now, and depending on where juwk goes, it could be Engel's game to lose.
Yeah.
Let's see if what hints back here. Nope, we're not getting the hint check. He's just doing shoot the sun first to see if it's anything, but we know it's a heart container. Oh, he's going back in.
All right.
Might still have a bit of a race, though Engel definitely has a lead. Oh, never mind.
Never
That's
mind.
GGG. Well,
Alright, that is game for juwk, most likely, because that's, I don't know. When he goes back for that Dens, unfortunately.
yeah.
It makes sense for density. Water does not have a lot of items. It just doesn't work out today. Strength 3 is absolutely no idea, Riley. It's in the game. Somewhere. None of our strengths are path. Nothing else is pointing even remotely in the direction of Strength 3. Who knows? And, there's light, so we're fine.
Wait, Juke found his lights, or...?
Someone mentioned that we saw lights. I was not paying this attention, unfortunately. Oh, Engel found Strength 3. Ah, that would do it. Yeah, because that was the only other item that could have been anything. That could have saved Juke if they had to go on a Strength 3 hunt, but that isn't it.
Yep.
And at this point, yeah, it's finished. GG's. Because even if it's Child Spirit, he can go mode DC and fire.
Yeah.
Also, like, hope to check your Discord, Lee, just a side note.
That looks like the maze is pretty much dead.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Juke thinks that water is dead, I just think he chose the more density play because GTG just has a lot more items.
Indeed.
It's slow, there's only a couple of items, GTG is much faster for a lot more items. There is a big chest here, let's see what this is.
Ouch.
Iframe's not quite working, there we go, and life slingshot.
Another slingshot!
Okay, game. Shoot. Bam Salsa, ultimately this wasn't actually all that terrible. Just some early trolls.
Yeah.
But the heads were actually really good. This seed, it did not end up being AD, it did not end up being AD for Spirit Temple. It might later still might be there, but at that point it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
And we're just pretty much chilling for the next while.
Ooh. Another bow. And that's already like 4 small keys in Shadow. The bats are down. That's a huge rupee.
Yep.
Fairly smooth wind room. Checking LA hints is after they get all 6 of their medallions. Ooh! Almost got hugged right there. Yeah, you could say that, Purple. And there's the big key. We're just missing a small key and potentially light arrows.
Yep.
Ow. Yes, he's going back in. He's gonna find it right now. But at this point, Engel is the majority of Shadow Temple ahead. It looks like we're going to the back today.
Yep. At least he'll be clearing out the entire place, so we know that he won't accidentally leave lights behind anyway. I'd probably do those anyway. Even if you had all the keys, you might just check the back just in case. juwk has gotten Dins and is now heading in, but is pretty much half a Shadow Temple behind at this point, and that's half a Shadow Temple behind, which is a bit too much to get back, I think.
Indeed. At this point, Engel would have... juwk would have to rely on Engel messing up during the climb to Ganon's tower. But that's not likely at all.
Yeah.
Yep, it's Engel's race to lose.
And at this skill level, with 6 hearts and double defense, I don't see there being much of any issues really for Engel. not that much left of the game.
Indeed.
It's closer to 8-10. I don't know if I'd say it's 10 minutes behind Shadow, but it is more than half, yeah. Pretty good chunk of Shadow behind. That's a big chest.
I think there's 2 of them in here.
Nice wallet.
Oh
And,
my god.
Just one big chest.
I see. That means the manager has our key today.
Yes, it does. No, I don't think Engel's died to the Iron Knuckles. Maybe once if he has a really bad day, but at this skill level, he's not gonna lose that much time on the tower, even if he does die.
Especially since he's got double defense, so he could take like 3 hits.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 6 hearts, double defense. You can take 2 hits and die in the 3rd. You know, I think there's still quite a few. There's still several places left for. There's still a number of overall checks, all of DC and most of GTG for Engel as far as where light arrows could be. I think you go for the hint, as well as Ganon's Castle. I think you go for the hint first because you don't really know where it is.
Yep.
It's not like Ganon's is the only place left in the game for lights. But if Ganon's is the only place left in the game for lights, you just go before you get the hint. But here, you've got several places left. I would not do that. Lights could be on 20 skulls. Yeah, that's one of the various overall checks that it could be.
Indeed. It looks like we're gonna have to play all the small things again for fighting our beloved drummer.
Engel actually getting hit there. Ouch.
For a heart and a half. Oh, that was a little slow.
Yeah. Not quite the hit. No, it's not the 1 cycle anyhow with the first hit, but yeah. Having a little bit of trouble with Bongo today. Not playing nice.
Indeed.
There we go.
Well, he won't be rude for much anymore, at least for Engel. I wonder when we're gonna get ZSR Bongo for an emote.
Good question. Ask Trez.
Trez, make it happen. We must have ZSR Bongo. That'd be the greatest emote.
Alright, Prelude.
Maybe.
Nope.
And Lax was nothing.
I might be ahead of you, or you might be a bit behind, because I saw that a good 5 or 10 seconds before you did, Lee. We should probably refresh our pages. Okay, I'm ahead. Good to know. I just refreshed my page. Engel just sent her cannons.
Yep.
And there's the bow for Jake. Oh, I just gotta sync now. Now I think I'm in sync with everyone else. Oopsies. Yeah, straight up the tower makes sense.
First up, just slaying some dinosaurs. And now we've got some skeletons.
Yep.
That's a small
Outpost
chest.
to clean up. Yes, that is.
Do they send shivers down your spine, though? And next up, we have our beloved Salt and Pepper, the Ganon's strongest spice rack.
Big
with
one
Pepper
was
first.
dead. Oh.
The Spice Team. Or should I say Ganon's Spice Girls? No true strats today. Yep, moment of truth. Although he did set up FW before, after saving, but he'll probably save afterwards. Yeah, just in case there's something in GTG. Oh! Well, that was a good call. You can do every single thing there now. Yeah. In my castle! We're probably gonna get light trial first. In those pots over there.
I do love that hint. In case people are wondering, they're one of the gems of the relatively new pot sanity setting is that, you know, there's a whole bunch of pots underneath Ganondorf. Those can now have items in pot sanity, and that includes
There
the...
it is!
There they are!
Of course they're in light trial! They're always
Of
in light
course.
trial.
Indeed. By the way, here's a picture of said those pots over there. Hint that you can now get in pot sanity when the light arrows are in one of the pots just underneath Ganon. Or strength he was in shadow.
Ha ha ha, you'll never beat me by reflecting my lightning bolts and unleashing the arrows from those pots over there.
Yep. There are other pots in Ganon's castle, but that light arrow hint is specifically for the pots right underneath Ganondorf.
It's nice that he's telling you exactly where they are.
Mm-hmm. Juwk will at least finish Shadow before Engel finishes here, but this close but not close enough, I think. So this ended up being that DC
Close but
ultimately. I
no
think ended up.
cigar.
Yeah, that DC, I think much of the difference is going to be it would have been that DC, honestly.
Yep.
Plus just the assorted other like differences in checks. Juke lost a good couple minutes in efficiency to having to get the long shot on its own without anything else to do with it. Just generally getting hookshot later hurt.
Basically, rush ice.
Juke forgot a key. That puts him even more behind. Get back! Get back! I think he forgot the floor master. Whoopsies!
Yep.
Not that it makes a difference at this point, thankfully. I would have felt really bad if this was the thing that cost him the race, but ouch.
Indeed.
Juke does have Scold Gauntlets. He is wearing them, and he does not have cheese cosmetics for that.
Indeed. They're all vanilla cosmetics.
I think his tunic might be different, but it also just might be
No. All the tunics are the same.
brain fart.
It's just that he's wearing the Zora tunic.
No, I know. I just for some reason thought the Zora tunic was a bit of a different color. But apparently not, and I'm just scatterbrainin, so good thing.
Yep. This is definitely the end of Juke in Season 5.
Unfortunately so.
And Engel's next opponent will be Narcotic. So that's going to be a rather tight race for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Get your GGs in chat. I'm gonna bring in the bacon as well, because who doesn't like bacon? And GG's to Engel. Looks like Juke's gonna keep going.
Gonna at least beat Bongo here as we get Engel in here. GG's.
Yo, GG.
GG's. That was a close call from AD.
Yeah, I was worried about that the whole time, seeing that Requiem hit.
Mm-hmm.
When you get, all the items for Spirit and you have Logical Crossing, you just say, I'm gonna cross and see what's there.
I still have to respect the Rush Ice play within, like, the first 20 minutes.
I mean, that's a shout out to my boy Kirk Q, who, we've run the numbers, and, like, if you can go Ice early in a seed, it's almost always correct in Season 5. Like, it has an item 40-45% of the time, and then even if it doesn't, the song is really good if you get it that early.
Yep.
So it was kind of a no-brainer.
Didn't realize the odds were that high, but yeah, that I could see that.
I mean, it was a little worse because the fountain hint gave us that was dead, but still thought, getting the song and everything was worth it that early.
Well, it's definitely saved a lot of time, because then you could do a bit of a longer child run and get a free hookshot out of that.
Yeah. That was a really good early hint for that hookshot.
Yeah, the hints were insane at the beginning. It's like, yeah, Goron City has your boomerang. Oh, Goron City also has a hookshot. Just go there.
And Juke has, by the way, dot crit. GG's. There he is. Salut, Juke. GG. You are currently muted.
Hello?
GG's.
There we are. GG's, Juke.
Jeez.
GG.
Yeah, we were just talking about the possibility of AD juke and the all the hints that you guys got early in the seed. Had some pretty good ones there. Rang had the Rang hint, had the hookshot hint. You guys got the skill hints. There was a bunch of stuff early.
Yeah, the scale hint never really was useful.
Something to keep in mind at least, and it certainly made Sarius a bit more powerful. Fucking 2 major items both hinted. That was fun neat.
Yeah, it actually ended up pretty useful for me because of getting that Sarias early, then getting the scale, and being able to dive over, get that magic.
You did ice early?
It's in like
13
10 minutes.
minutes.
What the fuck, dude?
And we banned Casey Skip for 82.
I'm on board, ban it. It's too strong.
It really is a very.
Where was the
powerful
bottles? I
hint.
don't remember where was the bottles.
Oh, I don't remember.
Bottle.
but I-
Oh.
Impa's
Yeah.
house, the main torches, and the Lost Woods bomb grotto.
Yeah, I got one like really early on and it had a big bow in it.
Yeah, I got it, turned it in, and then just went river ice.
I don't think doing ice late hurt me though. Felt fine. Like everything I did prior to that was progression, I think. Other than DC, I guess.
I think one of the big things for you, Juke, is that you ended up doing like other checks, like DC ended up being a fairly early check for you. You got, I guess, you got a magic meter and a bomb bag out of it, which told you some information, but didn't really lead to anything in the end.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I found the magic at Child Vision. Because
Yeah.
it meant DC was pretty much useless. So at that point, I was hoping for an AD, and it was an AD.
It wasn't even logical AD. Engel did water before Spirit, so was able to get the Firelock checks in Spirit. Your last key was on Sunblock.
Do we talk about water? Do we talk about...
Oh,
I'm sorry again, dude.
When I did water, I always when I'm in go mode, I prefer to do the combat chest first in case the PK is there. But when I'm not in go mode, I like to do it later on. But obviously the PK was early, so I just stopped after the third check. Like I did the map and then did the one with the charges.
And I'm on the same team. I just... I normally get that jump. I just haven't had to do it in a while without hovers, and I messed it up. And I was like tilted at messing it up. I was like, oh no, I'm wasting time. What the heck? I guess I'll just check a couple extra things in here. Oh, look, a big chest. Uh-oh. And then I'm like, oh no, is Juke the kind of person who does this first or the 3-stack first? Am I in like an insane spot or terrible?
yeah, that works out
Yeah.
really well for you.
But like, I don't know, better lucky than good sometimes. That's...
Yeah, the other thing too, like speaking of like little things, Juke, like a big thing is DC cost you a good couple minutes. Like that's because you didn't have hook shots, so you went there for density, I'd assume. The other thing too is you had to pretty much do like a good 4 or 5 minute child section just for long jump more or less, and that's a time sink out for lack of efficiency.
DC was really good, I think, from my perspective, because like
It was.
I think there was a good chance for it to be AD with the location of the songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it's
it
all
was.
dungeons, I think he still pulls it back there.
Yeah, but this didn't end up working out. Unfortunately, that losing time to having to just do ice to do just long shot and basically nothing else. I think you did shoot Wood's target, and that was about it. So you kind of like Engel, you're able to do Darunia with various other checks together. You pretty much had to do it just as an orphan check, and that hurt. And going back to
Yeah, I just had to come
GP,
back there to get the long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
getting it
just-
as my hook shot was really nice because then when I go adult, it's just straight to forest.
Mhm. And just like
Also, I skipped Adult Lake, other than the dive in. I went straight to GTG, and then when GTG... Dude, the GTG layout was actually insanely good. I've never seen a layout that good. Like, I stopped... Like, I finished my last check after the fire room with the slugs. The rest was keys. So,
Wow, yeah.
I
You didn't lose
have
too
to
much
do-
there.
Yeah, I skipped toilet and the right side key. and the other two I already peaked from the top. And BMOS, yes, basically. That was actually nice. Then I went back to finish Lake.
And then I dipped water again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked the diving in case it was gold scale for something, and then I did the roof because I was there, but I skipped fishing.
Yeah, like, dude, I was so mad that the Dins was there. Like, if it was deeper in water, I think I would have been fine too.
Yeah,
Like, I think water was my best play at that point. That's why I went back there.
yeah, for
like,
sure.
other than-
Like, I don't know when I go back to water if I like don't mess up that trick. I probably do, you know, the tower 3-stack and then leave and probably go like, you know, checking
Probably
GTG. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would probably been GTG and then maybe DC after. So then
Yeah,
maybe
would
you
probably
end up
went
5
and
minutes
did,
ahead.
the same things that I did already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, GG's.
Happens, I
GG.
guess.
Yeah. GG's. Now that's just how the seed worked out for you guys today. Pretty good race though. You guys were still very close at the end, though, despite the everything. You were, I think, within 10 minutes, juke there, within the end.
Yeah, like, when I was at the end of Shadow and I saw that he wasn't done yet, I figured that he's probably on the same team like as me that doesn't do compass. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm fine, even though I didn't do that. But then he was done when I was on Bongo.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, GG's both of you. Engel moving on to face Narcotic next round. Good luck with that. Juke, bingo time, right?
Yeah.
Good luck for that.
Thanks.
Big shout out to both of our runners. If you aren't following either Engel or Juke, please drop them both a follow. Our two trackers today, doing the hero's work behind the scenes, Waylon and Dr. Jigs. As well as commentators today, Star and Lee. Thank you both very much. That's going to be it on ZSR today. Kind of a light day, but tomorrow we do have another bracket match. Losers bracket round 3, Arthur versus Sanzo. Keep an eye out on the schedule. Also, we have a Zelda 2 rando tournament about to start, so we'll have plenty of those races on if you're at all interested. Any final thoughts before we head on out for the day?
At least it wasn't AD. Oh, that's a breath of fresh air.
Tom, why?
I wish it was anything.
I'm just happy it wasn't like that NA weekly seed.
My last. Jeez, guys, and thanks for watching.
Dream.
Alright. We will see y'all back here next time. Everybody stay safe out there and have a nice day.
Bye bye.